What's up, everybody? It's Marcus the Money Man, the appliance boss. In this video, we're going to talk about how to grow your appliance repair team, even if you got a new business. I'm talking brand new. So I've grown my business from no technicians to over 6, maybe 7, depending on when you watch these videos, in less than 2 years. And in this video, I'm just going to give you a breakdown, what's important to me, what I found works on how to grow that business. So go ahead, give it a like, subscribe, and just watch the video. Peace. Welcome to the Appliance Boss channel. What's up, everybody? Let's get right into it. So you're interested in growing your business, or you want to know how I use certain strategies to grow my business to where I am today. And I definitely want to share a couple of strategies that can work no matter if your area is a small area or a large area. If you're looking to grow your business and expand, pay attention, take some notes, and here we go. So one thing, and one of the reasons why I say it works in all of the areas, is because the first thing you want to do is just identify how many appliance repair companies are there. So if you search appliance repair companies, you may come up with 20, 30 companies. Some of them may be in business, some may not. But what you really want to do is look at the companies that have 3 or more technicians. And that's very important because the single man shops are not your competition. And the single man shops are not ideal for the type of customer base you're going to be building, right? So anybody can start a business and get 2-3 calls a day. And you may say, hey, I'm a one-man shop and I'm doing 10 calls a day. But the reason why you're on this video is you don't want to do 10 calls a day. That's only going to last for a certain period of time. And it goes for anybody's area, because you can, once you get up to speed and get everything consistent, a one-man shop can live on 2-3 calls a day, right? But as a company, you identify these companies that has 2-3 calls a day, and if there's 1, 2, or 3 companies in your area, and it's like a small area where it's 50,000 people, and you have 3 companies that have 3 technicians at their companies, this is ideal because it shows, even though you have a small area, the need for having multiple technicians is there because you have 3 that exist. Or it could be a sign that you need to take a step outside of that area. But regardless, you want to get a good count of how many technicians are there and where they're servicing. So if you look on Google Maps, you'll see some of them be in the northwest side or the southwest side or southeast or wherever they're servicing at. So if the majority of the companies are on the northwest side and there's a need in the east side of town, and you can service the east side of town, you have an office space or a virtual office space there, then you're going to put yourself in a position to grow quickly. Second thing that I suggest anybody doing is understand third-party warranties and who is in your area. So there's a big list that you can go and find: American Home Shield, 210, Old Republic, Select, New Leaf. It's a whole gang of them, right? But the ones that are in my area may not be in your area. So the best thing that you can do is go buy a box of donuts, get some crumble cookies if you got one of those. It's a California thing. Get you some fancy dancy whatever. Take it on into your local real estate office, and you want to get a couple key things from them. You go there because they sell homes all the time. So you want to be able to get the key statistics on how many people are buying homes in your area. So if you got 300 homes selling a month, then that's 300 opportunities for third-party home warranties to be sold per month. And if you can talk with them and identify which third-party home warranties are being sold the most in that area, then you're going to know by volume who's going to have the most new calls, the most customers, the most work going forward. Okay, so that's just a sneaky tip right there for you guys. You can do that. And lastly, or not lastly, but Google search all the time. I know I talked a little bit about it before, but more importantly, I'm talking about somebody who started their business already. You're in the area. You want to see how many impressions you're getting. So the best thing that you can do is do a Google Smart ad, the pay-per-click version. Get yourself $500 and turn that thing on for a week. You want to spend $500 over a week, and over that week, you want to see how many impressions you're going to get for $500. You do not have to make any money from this. You're going to spend $500 for research. So if you're getting 10,000, 20,000 impressions a day over that week, then you have plenty opportunity for COD calls. So these are just a couple of tips, and I can dive very deep into all of these, but these are a couple tips that you need to do. So one, just identify your market area, identify how many home warranties are there, identify how many larger companies are there, and see how many impressions. And that'll give you a good opportunity on how to build a budget, how many technicians you expect that you can hire, you can handle in your area, and how many COD calls you can expect or have in your area as well. The second thing, guys and gals, is the preparation for onboarding. You cannot grow if you are not prepared. So a lot of people miss this. This is very key. Policy, procedures, information. So when you're reaching out and you're going to hire somebody, you want to be able to give them some information, where to meet you day one, what time to show up, what is the dress expected to be, etc. You want to have offer letters, right? Be professional. So if you're going to offer them an hourly wage, it needs to state that in there, or a yearly base wage, or commission, or whatever, however you're paying your people, with PTO, sick time, all that stuff. Put it in an official offer letter. And one, it's more professional, but two, remember, you're hiring people to pay them so they can support their families, right? So if they want to go out and buy a house or buy something, oftentimes they need like an offer letter or a letter of employment to show that, hey, I started this date, this is the letter that I had, things of that nature. So you want to have that ready to go. I guess what I'm trying to say is document everything that you need to have for them, your W-9s or I-9s, depending on if you're doing, employee versus contractors, your drug screen and background check place, right? That's important to have that information. So anytime you get a new employee or potential employee, contractor, you can have all that information, send it over to them. You need to have a good system to be able to capture information that's used for the insurance. So that's one thing, every time I hire somebody, you have to add them to your insurance. So I have auto insurance, right? Automobile insurance. So you can, every time I add somebody in, I have to send a certain information every single time. So I capture that up front, so when it's time, during their training or out towards the end of their training, I add them into the policy. And it makes it real quick and easy. So you're systematizing your growth, so it's less stress. You're getting key things in, and you have a known output coming out. So that's the second thing, is really just systematize what you're doing, so that way you can have a good quality outcome. Key thing, when I'm preparing for onboarding of a new employee, I use Bambi. So Bambi, I've had that since day one, and it's a software and it's also a service at the same time, where I have a representative on my team that's an HR consultant. What they do is they help curate any policies and procedures that I want to have in my company, and they keep it in a digital vault. So as I have new people join, it'll automatically send electronic signatures directly to their email, so they can read and review any policies and sign off on them. Also, they have this neat little thing in there, so when you have discussions and you want to take notes as you have one-on-ones and things of that nature, you can save it in there as well. They're a key tool. Any changes that occurs state or the federal level, I always get email updates or messages that says, hey, this is new, let's tweak this, or this will have to be changed. and it's a really good service. So it helps me when I have any job descriptions, or I can save those, or W-9s and things of that nature. So if you want to check it out, link in the description. Lastly, guys, so we talked about going out, checking out the market, preparing something, an onboarding procedure, to way to capture or make sure you're crossing your I's and dotting your T's when you're hiring somebody. But the last thing that you really want to pay attention to is, how the heck do you recruit these people? Where do they come from? Are they trained? Do you train them yourself? That's key. That's very important. So let's break it down. So it's time to recruit and train. So we got all these people, and you're like, Marcus, I know, I understand we can hire somebody to do the HR side. I can check out and see how many calls are coming in or potential. You know, I'm doing 10, I can possibly do 20 now. But where the heck am I going to find these people to do the work? And for me, I found the best results in developing a training program. Also, you have to have a consistent recruitment mechanism in place, and it doesn't have to be overly complicated. I use Indeed. I create an Indeed account where you can create or upload your job description. They also have templates that can help you out too, but I upload my job description in there, and then you can put parameters. So think about what's your minimum requirements for the job. So you want to make sure you have those parameters. If they need a driver's license, it goes in there. If you want them to be able to pass a drug screen, it goes in there. If you want them to have a minimum 5 years experience, you put it in there. So what it does is it helps you screen out people who may not fit the criteria for your position, and then you'll get resumes for people who do. So you can either do paid or free service. If you've never done it before, I say go ahead and give the free service a try to see if you're getting any positive feedback, and you can share that with your Facebook friends and families that's in your area. Or if you're like me and you're totally new to the area, you don't have any abundance of friends and family, you can join the local groups, and you can post job postings on Facebook in the local groups, and you can have it in actual Facebook. So if you're going to use Facebook as a recruitment tool, I recommend that you have your branding on point. You have something on your Facebook business page from the sense of you're hiring, something that's relatable to the community, a message post with ad copy that states what you're looking for and what kind of pay range. You don't have to necessarily say the highest pay range. You always want to give some kind of bracket, minimum, maximum, because if you do the maximum, everybody, depending on what kind of job skills they want to have, or they're going to want the most. Or you don't want to do minimum, because then people who may come in with a higher skill set or a better aptitude to do the job, they'll kind of be deterred off. So you want to give a true range based on what you can afford, what's in your budget, based on the number of calls that you expect, in that range. So once they're recruited and you use your onboarding techniques to get them going, you have to have a training plan together. So whether you do the training or you're going to have somebody else do the training, you need to outline that. What does that look like? For us, we can take a technician from zero to making money in 3 weeks because we have a training outline. So the first day we come in, we do systems. So we work on the systems. So you can't do anything if you don't know how to use the systems that we use, our CRM, our voice system, our invoicing system. So those are the 3 key systems. But then we have back-end systems, how to access the training materials that are needed, the videos, the slides, etc. And that's key because this job, they're working by themselves, right? So you want to make sure they're comfortable with the systems at the beginning, and then you can focus on the technical hands-on. So we don't spend a terrible amount of time on the systems. It's dedicated for 1 day, and then the next day is kind of an overview, and we go right into the technical hands-on. So we give appliance overviews to talk about the different appliances, how they work, how they function, problems, things like that. And then we go into a hands-on teardown. So we'll turn and we have appliances right there in our office. You can tear them down, put them back together. One of our most exciting things is we do a refrigerator challenge where we have the French door and you go and you rip it down completely. So we rip it down completely, doors come off, drawers come out, everything comes out so you can see evaporators all the way down. Did they take off the fans? I don't know. They take off the majority and then they put it all back together. So that gives them experience from seeing high-end refrigerators or the more common refrigerators, taking it all apart, putting it all together. We also do the same thing for dishwashers, washers, dryers, and it gives them just that confidence. So we even have a Viking oven in the office too that we can take down with all those hidden screws, and it gives them way more confidence when they go in on the higher end oven to be able to take it apart. So we couple the hands-on with the classroom knowledge about the appliances, and we create a like little one slicks. So if it's something specific, knowledge that we have abundance on an appliance, so we'll give you Samsung, for instance, the ice makers, how to order the kits, what are the part numbers, etc., how to go to test mode. We have an individual sheet just for Samsung refrigerators, just so we can work on those or get to the ice maker problems quickly and order quickly. So you need to have a training program. If you don't have a training program, join my group. I'm going to give access first come to the group members first if they're looking to grow or if they're even looking to get better themselves. So just get in and get our Technician Accelerator Program to get you up and going and show you how to get some of these documents, and then also just kind of give you access to some of those documents as well. Now, everything that I said today, that's how you do it. That is the process. But nothing outworks consistency and actually doing it. So if you're looking to grow your business today, do it. Get started. And if you have any questions, join us in the Facebook group. And until next time, peace.